Okay, this is the short version of the code that I already written. And when you watch this short go through, then you don't have to watch the long one if it's sufficient for you. Else, just watch the whole video. Okay, let's start somewhere. What we need is to have the connection to the other database online. That should be there. So, the program is running, so I'm going to stop it. I created a Realm service, and in that Realm service I have a public Realm sync app called base Realm, with only a get. So that means that the first time that this Realm service is being built, we're just going to create the base Realm, and for that you need the Atlas ID. How do you get the Atlas ID? You get it on the web page of your application for your database. Think about video 1. It's over here, right here. That's it. And I've got it I just put it over here in a string, and then if I want to hide it somewhere else later, then fine. But I just pass it in here with the create. So I have this service. Whenever I pop it in somewhere, I have this base service, this base Realm ready. So in the login page, we had made 2 relay commands, and we're going to look at the first one. And there's a lot of code in here that you don't actually have to write, just the same as me. What is interesting is that you have this line, this code. That's all you need to actually log in. But you saw, if I log in, then do something, and that's your choice. That's what you want to do. Watch the longer video if you want to do what I do. And the same goes for the registration, because first, before you can log in, you need to register it. That's all of this. That's it. Nothing else to it. And then I say, like, hey, if I log in, then I go to the other page, and a lot of things, and sometimes you have to, like, the workings on how that automatically then goes to another page. That's all in the other video, including blocking the back button for a page. So if you're now ready for the long video, go ahead. If this is all the information that you needed, go ahead, because this is how simple it is. You don't even have to have this Realm service like I wrote over here. You can do it any way you want it. Next video is going to be about logging out from a separate page. Feel free to watch that one or continue this long video. Welcome back to this 5th video already. There's a whole playlist on Maui and Mongo. And we're getting close to the real interesting code when it comes to the database. Well, if you are there and you followed all of this, then don't forget that this is a password entry. So make sure you have the is password is set to true. And then forget about it. Because the rest is going to happen over here in the create and register relay commands, or actually simply methods. And we need to get some kind of a connection going. Alright, so normally when you enter the page or you call this view model for the first time, you are actually gonna take care of that. Yeah, so whenever you initialize this, then there should be something happening. Alright, so let's take care of that then. What if we initialize this? Let's make it a private void initialize. Well, as we already added the NuGet package in the second video, we can go write code. So we need a var realm, which is realm appset create. Okay, well, there needs to be some kind of a code in here. That's what it reads if you go like this. And you need a string app ID. Well, we in the first video, not in the second, in the first video, we already created that. We already took care of that. So let's have a look at our Maui Flex deployment. And if you go to the app services, then we go to the app, and then we go here to Maui Flex. This is what we need. This is the ID that we need. So I copied it, and now we're gonna paste it in here, and that should take care of. Oh well, not really, not like that. Okay, like this. That should take care of it. Great. So the problem is that this is a var. This is only existing in this initialization part. So what is this? This is an Realm Sync app. So this is something that we want to store in this view model. And we're just going to put it in here. And that's probably also not good enough. So how about storing it somewhere else? So now we have a Realm app. And we can take it over here. And now we can have this Realm app with this password in here. So this is not really safe. So you want to have this some kind of maybe hidden, or at least in different assembly. So we're also going to use this base Realm app quite often. So what we are going to do, we're going to build a silver service, and we're going to add a class over here, and we call that simply Mongo service. I don't know what's in the name, or Realm service maybe better. The Realm service, and the Realm service is of course a public. And what else do we need here? Well, then we need actually, let's put it next to it. Right. So whenever this service starts, we have a constructor that says, well, in this app we have a public of realms.sync.app. With the name of base realm. Alright, get set. And we set it to this. So the base realm, whenever we have this constructed, is simply gonna return this. And actually it could be just a getter, I guess. So it doesn't change. Is that smart? Yeah, it is, because it's always going to be needing this as the base for all the other things. So even if you have like the only user data from this database, then this is enough. So I guess this is okay. And that means that initialize, we can take this out. But we leave what is it? This. We'll leave this. It's private. Is it private? Could it be a public? It can be. Why not? So we have the Realm app over here. So we can also say this is the base realm, which is the same as this one. Only we're going to make it easy accessible. Is it smart? No, we don't need it. We can change this into the realm service and just call it service. I don't see that the need for that to be public. Okay, we're getting there. So this is of this type, and all of this is going to be injected in the view model. Okay, and now we have a service called realm service, right? Oh, god damn it. Oh, just called service. Okay, yeah. Get a brain. Is a service. And to follow it even better than actually, because it's a private, then this should be like a small underscore, just to make sure that we can recognize this everywhere. So now we have a service, okay, with a base realm, because it's created over here. Now it's being injected, so it has to be in the builder service. Okay, so realm service in the program CS. Let's make this bigger for now here. Oh, that's something I didn't do right. Now I'm missing one, right? Yeah, there you are. Okay, I'm getting impatient with myself, so I'm just gonna kill this. Yeah, save. Okay, so what do I have over here? This is the service. We don't need it for the moment. And then we are going to go back to the view model. There we go. It's injected. Now we need to go back to the Maui program to make sure that it is in here. So we're gonna copy this line of code, add it on here, and of course this is going to be the service. What server is it? It is the realm service. There we go. This took a little while, but we have a realm service injected. So when we log in, this is all actually we need it for now. So let's go here and decide what we need to do. Well, the first thing we need to figure out, if we are already logged in, then I don't want to create another user. Okay, so how do I know that? Well, we have the underscore service that has the base realm, and the base realm will have an app user, the current user. Now if this user is 0, is null, then nothing should happen, right? Is that true? We are in create page. Actually, maybe you should even go further back. If this is not fixed, if that is null, if base realm is null, then we have a problem. Then we return. But if the current user is not null, If the current user is null, then we have to log in. Yeah. Okay. I'm reconsidering. Actually, I'm only interested in the base realm. I don't care about this too much, because the fact we're gonna make it so that when we're on this page, there's nobody logged in. So when we're going to create, we're gonna have the is busy. Is busy is going to be true. So while it's going in this method, I don't want is busy to be anything else than true. And then not busy is going to be false, so that's going to be okay. And then I'm going to check for if the base realm is okay, and if not, then I'm going to have an is busy is false. Now, what's the code in between? So we want to log in, and we have a user login, I think it was. We had a user email that needs to be checked. And also, like, if it's not empty, then yeah, let's take the size. If user email length, that's the amount of characters, is smaller than, I don't know, 2. We're not allowing 2 smaller than 2. Then we're going to just send out a warning. So then the message is something. Message is the hashtag is a reminder for me to make sure that we connect resources later. So the message is like email name is too short. So if I think about this, what is an email name? Normally there's an @ sign in there. There's a first name, then there's the domain name with a dot. Oh, I can go easily. I can go 4 over here. Email name is not valid. I like that. So we have a message. And this message is going to pop up where? In the login view. Did we put it already somewhere? No, we only put in buttons. So we need a label. Yeah, so grid row on that. It's all in 1. This is in 2 the buttons. In between the buttons and that, we're going to place it. We're going to place a warning over here. So this is going to be a label with a text called binding to message. Right. And this is like a minimum height request is 40. Keep some distance between the buttons and the boxes. Maybe we place it somewhere else later. And it's normally string empty and is in grid row. Grid row 1. Let's have a space between this. Let's have a space between this. So this grid row 2. And how many did we have? 0, 1, 2. and a third one which is like along the rest of the page. Okay, so far so good. So we have a message showing up over here as valid. It's not valid, so then we return. Okay, but if the length is larger than 4, then we need to do something with it. So then I like the user email to be normalized as in no capitals at all. So we're gonna do a var email is user email dot to lower. And to lower means no capitals. Fine. Now we're getting there. So now we need to log in and get a user. Okay. If the user exists, then we need to do something. So let's do a try block. And the try is going to have an exception. Yeah. So let's, if we get from the service, let's say the base view realm, if we can log in async. And what do we do? What for credentials should we put in there? Well, if you read carefully, it says, oh, well, we just need the credentials. Okay. New credentials. And new credentials should be okay. This is not what I expected. So it's not going to be new credentials. Resolve. New credentials. So hard sometimes to hit the right button. And that credential should be the pass username, of course. So that's the user email. No, in this case, because we made it email because we want to have the capitals out. So that's right, and then this should be the user password. Now, why is this not right? Because this can be simply credentials. And the credentials should be email password. Now we're getting there. Why is it squirrely? Because this is not async. It is async. And because we didn't complete this, of course, because this is then a user, not a user called user. And I'm missing how to call it, a brace. So now we have a user. So this user is here. And we can work with this. It can have like an idea of whatever it has. So when this happens, we want to go to the other page. We want to go to the page that says, hey, you're logged in. This case is going to be the home page. Now this is just navigation. So what I like to do is to make this a separate, how call it, a separate method. So let's go back over here. I'm going to put it above these two. And we're going to have the check for logged in user, check login, whatever. That's good. So the Realm service over here was just a service. So if there is a user, if user is user, well, this is actually already what we did. I'm thinking about this. As you can see, cut this. So we are gonna have make a task that says just go to event page when you have a user, and then if you have a user, if the user is not null, or is null, then return. Otherwise, make sure that this user is being passed to the other page as a sort of extra information. And the page that you go to is the home page. So this home page should be able to receive the dictionary parameters consisting of just the user. Okay. And then we have a clear over here. Then we want to clear out everything. Clear the login. And that is something that we did over here. Clear the user, simply getting all of this out. So whenever there is in here, whenever there is a user, then we say go to events page. Await. And pass the just pass this into the method. Then it determines that it is not null, and then well, actually it's a bit of a double idiot check because this is already saying it is not null. But let's say we put some other user in here later for what kind of reason. Then also we'll go to this same page. So then it clears the password and everything. Okay, but before we can all do all of that, we actually have to check the registration. So this is what we did. We didn't use this. Why not? Because we don't need it on this page, because when we inject the service, we don't need to initialize anything, and anything that needs initializing is already there. But what we do need is to check when we enter this page. We want to check the login, because if the login, if this is not null, so this is not null. That's the first check that we need to do when we log in the page, right? So if But that's not never going to be null because we're going to inject that thing over here. So that will never be null. But the user that's stored in there, that might be null. So that's only when the user is there, then go to this event and pass on. So this should be happening somewhere in the page. Okay, let's go there. In the login, not in the login view model, in the login CS over here, we can add a protected override void on appearing. So this is actually when the page loads, not when page is loaded. We could do that. We could use that as well, but when the page is appearing, maybe I don't want to see it at all. So if this is true, then I like the view model, which you already set in some other video over here. The view model, which is the login view model. Check login. I want to run this. And when this runs, it will, and it turns out to be that we already have a user. Let's check over here. Then we simply want to go to the other page. It says go to event page, which is not true. It says it should actually go to rename. I copied this from another project that I tested further. So this is going to be go to homepage. That's a better name. So now this is go to homepage. All fine, all fine. This is still scribbly, but that is, I don't know. Namespace, where's this? Yep. All done. Now we still need to register, be able to register, because it's nice if we have a button that says, hey, you can try to log in, but if there's no user created, then that's never going to happen. So we need this register to do something as well. Well, we need to start with a try block. And we're going to do the same as with the other one. We're going to say, well, we only want to go there if the user's email is at least recognized as an email. And to do that, it should be lowercase, always. And we can simply await the registration this way. We can say, hey, listen, email and the user password and the service. So the service basically on register this user, this name, and the password that he gave. Maybe we should have a double check on the password as well. That for example, it has to be the same password twice. That is also something that I do like. Let's check that you can build it yourself. I'll not do it in this video. Not make it any longer. However, if you fail to log in, if this is this returning something? Maybe how do I check that? Doesn't seem to be returning anything. So the check that we do is good enough. This says this is registration successful. You can try to log in. But when it is not successful, then we should have the message of the exception. So that would say that the message that we already provided somewhere is $. Yep. And then we should have the exe message over here in. I think, yeah. So we could have like this. We're doing this because we can then have a text in front of it. Failed to register. Then it comes up with some message that's telling me why, I guess. Okay, so now we are registered. Should we then also automatically log in? So if we don't clear then the login, user login and password, we can actually use it to immediately log in. Is that something that we want? Not if you build in some check, if it's a valid email address or you want to like send a mail in between. So I'll leave it at that. I simply clear the login. But I'm only doing that when we're successful. Okay. So now you have to retype it. And if you mess it up because you didn't remember the password properly, you're effed. Okay. All good, all good. Am I forgetting something? What if? That's always what I think. What if? What if I do something stupid? What if I mistype? Doesn't matter. Over here it will tell you so. Over here it can be that. Okay, the same check that I do over here in the length of the. This could be a check. Let's make a method out of this. Not right. Again. Quick. What now invert of? I just want to make this a separate method. Maybe I should make this, all of this. Okay, Visual Studio is not doing what I want. Then I just copy it out. Oh, it's beneath my. I don't want this actually. Okay, cool. Copy. Let's do it like this. Private string. Is that correct? No, it's not correct. Okay, I'm gonna be an idiot. I'm just gonna copy this text. When I try to register, I just do this this check as well. Where's my register? Create. Go home. Register. There you are. Yeah, like this. And I think this is going to work. So how do I know that it's going to work when I don't have a message going to the other page? Well, I am already as a parameter sending this information, the user information to the other page. So when I go to home page, this one, and I'm gonna copy this out over here. It's in my way. It should not be here. When I go there, I'm sending the user actually in here. So I can receive the user on the other side by simply having a query property on the page, on the view model that is receiving all of this. So let's go to the home view model and let's add this text over here, a query property, where we have a current user, which we don't have of course yet. So we have to have a current user in this thing, in this view model. So we're gonna have, let's make it I don't like this. Okay, never mind. Whoa. Okay. Okay, kids, don't throw your glass of whatever drink you have over your keyboard, because sometimes your keys get sticky. Okay, observable object. Oh, we have a title over here. That's cool. Okay, we got. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have a current user. It's gonna be private. No. With a getter and a setter. And this is going to be a Realm user. Yeah, using async. That's good. So now, because I gave it this name, it will say, okay, we have a query property going in with the name of current user. Let's check that. There's a label, current user, there. Now bind it to whatever you have set up here as a catch for it. If I rename this to something else, then I should rename at least this one as well. So current user. Every time this page is going in here, the query property will say, hey, change this to the user. So now I have something over here. Now I have something over here. So now I should have like a method, private, no public, void, set user name. So whenever we have this set username, then it should take the current user and the title of this page is then the current user, profile, email. That's a string. So now whenever we enter this page, if this is a hit, that is, we're going to be okay. So where do we want to hit this? We can do that again, just as with the other one. We can do that over here. Protected, override, void, almost, void, on appearing, and then we run this, and this is of course not showing up unless you say it's in the view model. I think we're ready for a test. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go. We're gonna play this. think we have a message over here that we need to handle. Sometimes it does that, and I have no clue why, but there is a lot of auto, AE, whatever, smart ass things going on in Visual Studio that sometimes do things that I don't like. I think this is okay. We started. So it says log in with a valid email and password. Okay. Well, we didn't register yet. So this is going, this button over here is go register. And you can dislike the icon. I'm fine with that. You can take a better icon, explain it better in the page. This is the first page that we have. So we're going to have my own email address. And my secret password. And we're going to register. Failed to register. App unknown error. Cannot find the app client. Aha. Not even when I do try it for the second time, because maybe it is not ready on the receiving end. Okay. Cannot find client app ID. Maui flags. Okay, let's see what is going on. There should be a device sync over here. Okay. It's flexible. Device mode is all turned on. So let's go back in here. Let's go back to the environment. This is really here. Copy. And I'll go back to the code. And we made a Realm service. And we copied this in here. So let's make it a little bit simpler. Let's take that we have a private static. I don't know if it needs to be static actually, but a string. Mongo code, mongoID, Atlas ID. That should be right. Okay, so this should be it. So if there was any errors in here, just what I did, maybe I missed something or I have an extra space in there. I don't know. Now it's not here. So can I actually do something like this? Oh, I can. Okay, just making sure that I can do that. Okay, well, I think if I look over here, I still have this X not used. This also should pop a message actually. So let's go and have the message dot is X message. Yeah, okay. Not as nice as the other one. Actually, this is good enough. Now the message needs to be cleared whenever we go to the other page, by the way. So there's also something that we didn't do yet. So whenever we are in the create, where are you? Command, and we put it all the way on down here, right? The clear login should also clear the message in this case. No, the message can be just over here. Message is string empty. And whenever we try to go in here to log in or register, the message should also be empty. So But I not when I'm registered, because then I might want to log in afterwards. Let's see if this is better. If we actually changed something. That is the question, of course. So first registration. Now a password. Register. Ooh, look at this. Registration successful. Well, I cleaned it out anyway. Okay, Patrick. Add. And my super secret password. Login. Look at this. I think that this is a problem because of speed. Or the lack of speed. So when I start now, I am already logged in. Makes it a lot easier. Object reference not set to instance. Oh boy, what did I do? This is when I land over here. It's checking, but it looks like it then not has this yet. So maybe I'm calling this too early. Let's call this later. Let's call this when the page is loaded. Login page, setting page, home page. There you are. So we're going to have over here an is loaded. Loaded. New event handler. Let's look at the new event handler, and let's just place this piece of code in here. Let's see what's going on. Same shit happening. So there might be moments that this is not working. So how about saying that if current user is null, then don't bother me and return. And now it works. Here we are. Can we go back? No, because whenever we go back, it checks if there is a current user and immediately jumps here. So the button moves, but it's not going back. And also, this is not the place I want to be going back from. So we're going to block this arrow over here. And we're going to do that with the XAML. So where's the XAML code over here? Over here. In the XAML code, we're gonna add a little piece which is copied from this page over here. And we're gonna say whenever we are here, we have the shell button is not going to go back. And don't forget that this also has to be somewhere in the shell over here. The routing should be in here as well. So that's something we did in another video. So for now this works. Now what? We cannot log out yet. Let's fix that in the next video. Feel free to like and subscribe. It is really appreciated, as are questions and suggestions or even improvements on my videos. Thank you for watching.